C2E2, and I have someone who I am trying to keep my cool, guys, but my inner geek right now is like losing it. But I got Veronica Taylor, guys,
Hi. Hi,
hello.
everybody.
So, for some people that might not know what you've done,
Right.
can we just go down the list of amazing projects and characters that you've had, to
Sure.
voice over? Yeah.
I think most people really only care about Pokemon. I played Ash Ketchum for the first 8 years of the show, and also Ash's mom and May. I was April on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 2003 to 2007, and tons
Sailor
of anime.
Moon?
And I'm Sailor Pluto now
Yes.
in the new
Yeah.
Sailor Moon.
Nice.
So a ton of stuff,
How
whatever.
does one get even started? Like, how did that opportunity even like come up for you?
Well, my opportunities began when I was 5 years old. I started acting when I was 5,
Wow.
and that's when I decided I wanted to be an actor. I went to college and grad school for acting. I guess voiceover specifically, I worked on the Batman stunt show at Six Flags Great Adventure in
Wow,
New
that's
Jersey.
cool.
And I did the voiceover for that, and that was probably my first professional voiceover. I was in the show, and then I also did, because we switched off, I also was the Chase Meridian and of the whole show, and also
Wow.
the MC. So, and then I was living in New York, and I had an audition based really on a recommendation from an acting coach, and that's how I got into anime and then cartoons in general.
And-
That's my life in short.
And then Ash was born, and we.
That's right. That's right.
And so, when you went for an audition, was there like a specific line that they gave you that you were like, "This, okay, she's got it. It's done."
No, definitely not. I don't think any project is that way.
Okay.
Unless someone says, I want you for this, just do it,
Okay.
Which happens rarely. For Pokemon specifically, we were able to see a clip from the show, and they wanted the voices to somewhat mirror what the original Japanese actors had done. And so we all auditioned based on that, and then there were many, many callbacks, and it just kind of went on. And then I got the job and didn't know if I had the job, and then I had the job, and then luckily I had that for 8 years.
Wow.
So nothing is ever very simple. I'm sure it's the same for you guys. For anyone, and no matter what work you do, especially if you're creative, there's many cooks in the kitchen that always have something to say, and you're constantly trying to figure out how those ingredients can all go together to make the stew that is whatever project you're working on.
Yes, and I know there's a lot of people who are trying to get into like VO work. What kind of like advice would you give to people out there that are trying to get involved in this industry?
Well, I think the same. Many people say, "Oh, if you wanted to be a brain surgeon, you probably wouldn't just start cutting people's heads open. You want to study and learn as much as you can." And I think, although the work that I do is not quite as serious as brain surgery or being a doctor in general, you want to get as much experience as you can in your area. So if you want to be an actor or an artist or a dancer, you want to learn as much as you can, take as many classes, get as much experience as you can, and you also want to do other things as well. I really believe that going to college is important to get a wide base of knowledge, because I think an informed and intelligent actor is a better actor. You're better prepared to portray other people and understand what they're going through. So get as much experience as you can, training, just like Ash Ketchum, train hard. You want to network, so you want to be working in areas where you can meet people who you might be able to work with. And then specifically for voice acting, you want to prepare a demo that's about a minute long that kind of showcases what you do and gives people an idea of, I guess, who you are through your voice.
Your reel must be incredible. I can't even.
thank you.
I can't imagine how amazing that would sound. I'm kind of curious, like with all the lines that Ash has had, like is there one that just like sticks out the most that you're in your head? You're just like you can like close your eyes and just that's like.
Well, so I suppose he would always be saying,
I choose you, Pikachu! Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! Thunderbolt, Pikachu, use it again! Do we have any other moves? I'm not sure. Anyway, Pikachu!
Oh my gosh! Okay, we got.
God.
Oh my gosh, that is incredible.
That's surreal, man.
I got like chills everywhere.
I'm supposed to like say stuff right now, and I can't. I'm just like more.
Worse.
Say everything.
So, hey guys, awesome to be here on this couch. We don't have one like this at home. Mr. Mime's always laying on it.
No.
No, he's not actually.
No, you can't do that. That's great.
After
can't
all this time.
this.
That is crazy.
Ash is one of my favorite characters in the whole entire world. I think his energy, the positiveness
Yeah.
of who he is, and to be able to play Ash for 8 years and to show up at a show like this and just goof around, it just makes me so happy.
Does Ash ever like take over at times? Like if you're at a vending machine and your bottle of water gets stuck, you're like, oh,
Oh no!
yeah.
Actually, no, but I have been playing Pokemon Go, so when I do
Yes.
catch one, I do say like,
I caught a Spearow.
Can you imagine being like next to her and like what?
yeah.
Who said that?
Well, no one is next to anyone really playing Pokemon Go.
That's true.
You're just out, maybe with your friends, but there's no one. One time I was at the bank, walking by a bank, and there's a bunch of people, adults, outside playing Pokemon Go, and I'm like, hey, you guys playing Pokemon Go? And they're like, yeah. And they're like back into like this, and I said, "Oh yeah, I used to play Ash on Pokemon." And they're like, "Yeah, cool." And then they're
No.
so like I don't think it really matters when you're playing that game. You're in it. It doesn't matter who's next to you.
Wow. Wow. And so I know you're saying that Ash is like one of your favorite characters. Can like, I know that the craft is really, really important and, being authentic to the character, especially, the Japanese culture. Was that difficult for you to, go from, Eastern to Western culture?
I think as most people would attest to, because they were translating it for an American audience, they took a lot of the Japanese cultural references out.
Okay.
And it just encouraged me to kind of look into it more, but we didn't deal with it specifically on the show. But doing a lot of anime, I certainly, I understand the sounds of Japanese language better. I understand the cultural ways in a sense, but it's definitely piqued my interest, and I'm always learning. It's also working on shows that originate somewhere else have made me want to learn more about the world, and I do think that it is something that shows us how we are one, and it really encourages all of us through what we explore visually, especially through animation, to learn more about the world and find our similarities and also really celebrate our differences.
That's incredible.
yeah.
Any fun projects? Any new stuff that we should know
Yeah,
about?
well, I'm working on a show. Always do a lot of audiobooks. I'm working on a show for Nickelodeon coming up, and also for Sprout. Those are coming soon, so I'll be putting that on Facebook and Twitter. They are finalizing things on the titles and stuff. So anyway, but I have a lot of new cartoons, and I don't know. I'm here all weekend, so let's just talk about C2E2.
Yeah. Do you have like any panels or anything?
Yeah, I
this
have
weekend?
a panel today with a bunch of voice actors. I have one tomorrow, which is Saturday, by myself, and Sunday I'm doing a story half hour for kids, just reading books and doing goofy voices and stuff like
That's gonna
that.
be incredible.
It'll be fun. It's for all ages, but the books I'm reading on Sunday are for smaller kids, but for adults as well.
So little adult twists in there that.
Well, just funny voices.
Okay,
That's all. Like
okay.
how we all want to read at home.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing.
You know,
That's awesome.
speaking of funny voices,
Yeah.
I was looking down your list of things that you've done, and
Yeah.
like you had a spot in LA Noire, which was surprising, and that was really cool. And Tekken 7, a voice of Leo.
Yeah, yeah.
And like out of nowhere, I saw that you did a voice for Diglett.
Oh yeah, for
Like,
Pokemon.
How does that happen? Like, how are you in the sound room? Like, we don't have a Diglett. And you're just like,
That's
Diglett.
for Pokemon. A lot of it was like, oh, can you just do this? Since
Can
you're
you just
here, can you
Diglett?
do this? Yeah. So yeah.
And it just came out.
You go, Diglett-ee, 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 You know, it's all kind of whatever.
I can't do this right now. I cannot hear Diglett.
We're only day one.
I know.
Oh my
can't.
goodness.
This is the beginning. It can only go up from here.
It has to.
Oh man, yes. So is it you go and tour all around the world? I'm sure because people
Yeah.
like want to meet you. And is there anything that like you've seen here at C2E2 that's gotten you really excited?
Yesterday, I walked by the Goodman Theater and went in there. That was very exciting. I love Chicago, the architecture, and then all the people walking the streets are equally as impressive. I had some great food. So far, it's been good. I actually just came from the back to my table, so I haven't seen anything of the show. So right after this, I'm on lunch, so I'm going to go do a little exploring. Yeah.
Anything that you like to buy, like when you go to conventions?
I'm looking for a Pokeball because I forgot mine at home.
Ah.
And I got to carry my luggage in that, of course. That's how I avoid the airplane airplane fees. But otherwise, no, just some great art, and I'm really always impressed by the art that people show me that they bring. There's so many artists and really amazing creative people who come to shows, especially here.
Sure.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I live in a tiny apartment. I can't bring much more home, so.
You gotta bring the extra suitcase
The
every
good
time.
times. Yeah, I know.
And fill it up every single time. That's the
Sometimes
secret.
I do.
You bring an extra
Sometimes I do.
suitcase.
Yeah, when I go traveling far and abroad, I bring
Abroad,
another
yeah.
suitcase. I pick up my tea and my chocolates and whatever. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, any last little voices that we can hear before we leave to sign us off?
I think Sailor Pluto would say, I've really enjoyed leaving the portal to come visit with you. And,
Hey, that's enough out of you. Come on, let's get on with it. C2E2, I choose you.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's so.
well, you guys, easy to please. Thank you so much. We have a great audience that no one else can see here. Great costumes,
Huge,
amazing
huge
people.
audience.
This is
yes.
the most
you.
smiles I've seen all day. Like usually they kind of stare and watch, but every time like you do the voice, they're all like,
It is. It's a good party trick for this, but makes me happy too. Thank you guys so much. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you up close and actually talking one-on-one. This has been so nice, you guys.
Yes.
Thank
are there
you.
Yes.
like any voices that you personally hear when you're watching another show or another cartoon that you hear it and then you try it at home and try your own twist on it?
I'm much more on accents. I prefer to pick up accents
Oh.
and try to use them in different
Ooh.
places and stuff like that. That's why I like traveling everywhere because you can, I don't know, you hear so much more. The first time I went to Australia, I was in Sydney and most people weren't from Sydney, so I realized that my kind of getting an Australian accent wasn't so authentic
Yeah.
because I didn't hear people who really lived
actual
there.
Sydney,
And so
yeah.
now I've had a chance to go back and really work more on that. So I'm more so on not kind of mimicking other people's characters, but figuring out how accents work.
It's like a personally work on your craft all the time thing, like adding more
Always.
things to your arsenal.
Yeah, because when I do an audiobook, I do all the characters. So I'm narrating and doing all the people. So you have to kind of pop in and out and use, I lived in New York for so long and you're on the subway and you're always hearing how people talk. And
Yeah.
it's more, there's so much more than just what accent they're using. So I incorporate all of that in my work pretty much every day.
I've seen some videos too of people who do a lot of body language when they're speaking. Like,
Absolutely.
It's not just the voice, like they're actually getting into the character and doing the same things they would do to add volume or different
You have to do that.
cadences.
And then when you're doing an audiobook, and a lot of times animation too, you can't move. So you're very, you're still, but you still have to kind of put in some movement.
Yeah.
Like Ash can throw a ball, but he can only do this much. Go is only here because if you do more, your shirt moves or you hit the mic, and then when you're doing an audiobook, it's even closer. So you only have like this range of motion.
Wow.
So it's really, it's hard in a weird way.
I think it's difficult for people to like picture this.
Yeah.
They don't know the behind the scenes, like what it actually takes when you get in the booth,
Right.
and, like the restrictions that you have, and
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting. Where can people find like your audiobooks and like anything? Like I know you talked about Twitter and Facebook.
Yes, so I'm at the Veronica T for Twitter and at the Veronica T for Instagram. Makes it easy, and then the Veronica Taylor for Facebook, and then I just post things there. My websuit is it's kind of a websuit. My website is under construction, but will be up very soon, and then I'm posting links to audiobooks and all of that kind of stuff there.
Oh,
That's the easiest way to
fantastic,
find it,
yes.
and I'll look for all of you online as well.
Yes, and then you're going to be very busy here at C2E2, so they can definitely find you at the panels.
Yeah, and I'm at my booth pretty much the whole time.
Oh, what's your
so
booth number?
I'm at 14.
Okay, so
And I have my banner behind it, so if you're not sure it's me, it's me.
yeah.
You can see my big head.
It's just 14?
I think so.
That's so pro.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like, I'm like 1172, and she's like, I'm 14.
I'm 14. I'm in the autograph row.
I could listen to you say anything.
Thank you. You are it. Maybe I should move closer to you. I don't know. Not many
might
people.
he
No
might
one has ever
lose it,
said
like-
that to me. I can listen to anything you say.
I will call my mom on
you.
the spot.
Guess what? Could I save rent? Let's talk about this later. Yeah, it's amazing that I even know the number of my booth, actually. But yeah, 14.
There you go.
So come on over,
Come on over.
as they say. come on down.
Oh, guys. Well, thank you so much, Veronica,
You're welcome.
for coming and sharing this with the Twitch universe. I'm sure everyone there is just losing their mind.
Thank you. I am too.
Yes. No, we're really
This
happy.
is my first time on Twitch.
Yeah. Say hi to all the
What?
Twitch friends. Yes.
I'm learning about it.
Yeah.
I did try to post something as we were coming in the golf cart coming over here. I really am so much more in the moment. I don't go on my phone or online that often because I prefer the one-on-one.
Sure.
But I realize that I have to do a little bit more online, so I'm really working on it, guys.
Hey,
Really
man.
working on it. This is
No,
step
appreciate it.
one.
Step one.
Yeah.
Well, we have so much more planned for you guys here at C2E2. So don't go anywhere because we'll be